all good. Nothing happened. I feel like I'm so excited that I'm all over the place. And, oh my god, I just dropped it. Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm filming my 5th update to my finished 20 in 2020 project pan. And I'm so excited because this is the update that I have been dreaming about. I have hit my goals in 5 items. Like, I am so excited. I am so sick of some of these things. And I feel like just getting 5 new things is going to be so refreshing and awesome. But yeah, let's just get started because I'm so excited to share with you guys. But I filmed the last update on July 18th and today is August 10th. So I'm filming it a little bit early, but I was just so excited with all the progress that I wanted to film it. Also, editing takes quite a while, especially since in this one I really want to do like clips from before, from the last update and now. First thing, as always, is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. I want to clip in a video of what this looked like before because it was already pretty dang empty. But this is what it looks like now. Yeah, it was pretty empty before. And then I also had, if you followed along, I had decanted some of what was in here. Not sure if that's the right word, but I'm gonna say decanted into here with a white foundation. And it kind of like dried up and thickened a little, which I liked applying it that way. And my goal was to finish everything that was up in here and use this 4 more times, I believe it was. And I actually used this way more than 4 more times. I got like at least, I want to say 7 uses from what was in here before. The only thing at the top, there's a lot left, but I can't get even, I don't have a tool that would reach that, and my pinky doesn't fit in there, so I tried that. But I was actually worried because I thought that I was really close to finishing up what was in here, but I actually wasn't. I don't want to show you because I have something else in here now, which you'll see in a little bit, but yeah, I completely finished this up. And I was worried that I wasn't going to, but I did. And toward the last 2 days that I used it, it was so dry, like really dry, that to the point where I thought I wasn't going to be able to use it. But I used it. I used it all completely. So that's out, thank God. The next thing is my tinted moisturizer from, I'm not sure what the brand is. I thought it was Pixie, but it's not. It's NP Set Cosmetics. Made in Italy, but I got this at Target. It's a tinted moisturizer. It's too dark for me. There was only 3 shades and I got 1 and it was not, it's too dark. So I had decanted some of this, which is how I got to that line, into these 2 things. I had started with this one, but then I realized I should not have used this one because there's a lip. Like there's a lip right there, and that's where all the product gets stuck. So I started doing it in this one. This one doesn't have a lip. And I poured everything that I had in this container into here. Like months ago, like 3 months ago when I first started doing it. And then I had a little bitty bit left down at the bottom, and I completely used that up this week. Like it is completely empty. So I actually feel like I made progress because now I'll have 1 less thing sitting on my desk, because before I had both these sitting on my desk and now I will only have 1. But this is how much is in here. I don't know if you could see on the side there, like it's not filled all the way, but I actually think I'm wearing it today and I think it's a little bit too dark. Like I think I have to add a little bit more white mixer in, but yeah, I like that. I actually remember hating this. Like, first of all, it was too dark, and then I mixed it with the white foundation and trying it with mixed with the white foundation, and I remember hating it. But I actually have been liking it lately. I think I'm just learning how to apply foundation better, because I've been liking all my foundations lately. This feels really light. Wow. Okay, so there's that. It's another thing that's gonna be off my desk. I'll put that over there. More face things. I have concealer samples. I had put this in my sample category to replace another foundation sample that I had used up earlier in this project. I used this one up last year, 2019, and then I had these 3. I used this up a couple updates ago, and then these 2 were just kind of sitting. I finally opened up this one and I'm using it. It's about halfway empty. I don't know if I said it, but it's the YSL Yves Saint Laurent All Hours Full Coverage Concealer Samples. And I'm on the N2 Ivory shade. It's a little bit not right. It's not the right shade for me, but I use it anyways. But yeah, I like the concealer. I just probably would not repurchase because of price-wise. But I'm almost done with this. I'm probably going to finish that soon. I don't know what to do with these. I have no room on my desk. This is why I need to use up makeup. Okay, this isn't one of the exciting ones. Okay, so this is my Corn Silk bronzer in the shade Terracotta. It's really old. Like, I've been working on this for years and it showed no progress. So finally, I decided I was going to use it as an eyeshadow. And I did that a lot this month. If you watch my August makeup challenge, you'll see I used this a lot. But I hit pan. My goal was to hit pan and I'm so excited. Like, this is my pan. And you can see it's just like right in the center where my eyeshadow brush was. But other than that, I mean, I was wearing it as a bronzer too. And it doesn't show any progress really as a bronzer. So I started using it as an eyeshadow and I hit pan. Now, because this is super old, I should keep using it until it's finished. But I'm so tired of using this that I do think I'm going to roll it out for a little bit. Because that was my goal. My goal was to hit pan. And then maybe I'll roll it back in later. But for now, I'm going to roll it out because I am tired of that. There's that. Okay, this is a Max Factor blush that I'm trying to use up. Also really old. Probably about the same time as that bronzer. It already had pan in it. So I actually have circles. And I always have to think about it. The inner circle is from last year. And then the outer circle is from the start of this year, 2020. And you can see I've made really good progress along the sides. But really, the most progress made is on this side. I have really been focusing on this side. And getting product out of that corner here is so difficult. Like, I struggled with that because it would want to chip away, so I had to be really careful. But I do want to insert a little clip from what it was before so you could actually see the difference, because there's actually a difference. Like, I could notice the difference. There's a big chunk off this side that is gone. But yeah, I'm so excited about that. I use it a lot as an eyeshadow this month. Because I realized since I'm not really wearing full face of makeup, I'm not wearing blush. And I'm trying to use it up and I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. But at least I'm making progress. I'm happy with that. The next thing is my highlighter, the Disney Villains ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. This is a Cruella de Vil one. It looks the exact same, even though I use it pretty much every day. My goal was to hit pan. You could already see pan because it came cracked. I sound like a broken record because I say that all the time, but it's the truth. So there's that. The next thing I want to talk about, the Too Faced Perfect Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner. I use this twice, so I'm not going to bother measuring it because I'm pretty sure that's not enough for a difference. So once on the lid as like a base and once as in the waterline. When I put it in the waterline, it stings so bad. But yeah, I'm not going to mark a line because I don't use that enough. Next thing is my Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold Retro. It looks like this. Now I'm going to insert a clip of what it looked like before. It did not look like this. This looks pretty darn empty. What I did was I decanted it into here. So I had seen someone, I don't know who, I don't remember who I was watching, but they talked about how they pressed their Stila liquid eyeshadows into a pan and used it up that way. And I like it so much better. Because this is so dry, it's hard to apply. So I put it in here and then I just dropped some eye solution. What is this? Multi-purpose solution for contact lens. I just put a drop in it and then take my brush and just kind of like stick it in there a little and put it on my eyes and it's like brand new. I am so happy I did this. I did this today. I mean, I pressed it the other day, but I used it today, and it is so much easier this way. I am so happy I did that. I think it'll be quicker to use up. When I was decanting it, the tools that I used was like the back of this brush, the actual wand, and like some old dentist tool that my dad had. So a whole bunch of like glitter, like of the product was stuck on these things, and I actually just took it off of my finger and rubbed it on my nails, and then put a clear coat on top and used up the product that was left on the tools like that. And that's really cool. That's another way that I was able to use product that I normally would not have been able to. It was really, I'm not going to show you now because now they're all chipped and totally ugly, but it was really cool that I did that. It was not like anything I would normally do. But see, all that product in there, it drives me insane. Like, this also has a lip, like that square lip around. Like, how are you supposed to get the product out of that? Why do companies do that? Like, oh, I don't understand. I don't understand. So project panning has really made me think about like packaging and stuff, like foundation. I really want to buy the kind where it actually takes the foundation up. Like, that way I feel like you actually get your money's worth, because how are you supposed to get these things? Anyways, I'm rambling. Okay, on to the lip products. I actually made progress this month. I used first my Urban Decay Vice lipstick palette. This is dirty. The shade, I never know if it's like 714 or 714 or what, 714. But it's the red shade, the one with the pan. I'm trying not to blind you guys. I used that once. I do actually think that the pan got bigger, but I'm trying to use that red up because it falls out of the pan and it makes a mess. So I'm trying to use that up. And I used it once, so that's cool. The next one, the NYX, what is this called? Matte lipstick in the shade Merlot. I didn't use this one this month. I should probably... Yeah, I didn't use this one this month. It's a nice color, I just didn't get around to using it. The Revlon Color Stay Ultimate Suede Lipstick in the shade Muse, which is this hot pink. I've worn this 3 times this month. Yeah. It's not enough to mark a line though. Like, it's still in the same place, if you could see that. But yeah, I'm making progress. I mean, that's all I can ask for. I'm happy with that. I've used it 3 times. It's not my favorite shade. Not that it doesn't look good on me. I just feel like it always clashes with eyeshadow. I just don't know what to wear with a hot pink lipstick. But that's beside the point. Anyways, the next lipstick, Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Dusty Rose. I did not wear this month, so that's a sad one. The exciting one, which this was one of my goals to finish from the last update, was my MAC lip gloss in the shade Pink Poodle. I used this about 5 more times before I considered it done. Now, my rule with lip products is if it's an old lip product, I am not gonna take out the stopper or like dig into the tube of like a regular cream lipstick. So this is a really old lip gloss, so I did not take out the stopper. I just worked with what I could do, and that's all I could get. I hope you can see like this clear patch. That's the only place where the wand like makes it. And I would try to like do this, like store it upside down so the product would roll down, and then I would store it back the next day and it would roll down, and that's how I would keep going, like I just in that one spot. But yeah, I am considering this done, so that's exciting. 1 lip product for the year, and that might be the only lip product for the year, unless I like really focus on that red, but I highly doubt it because we only have a few months left. But yeah, let's just get into the eyeshadows now. The first one that I always forget to talk about is the Nature's Element Satin Wheat shade. I use this as a brow bone highlight, and it looks pretty much the same. So previously I had been focusing my brush here, so just kind of wearing the whole thing. But the last few days I've been focusing on this side pan right here. I really want to hit side pan on this soon. Because I really want this. My goal is to use this up because it already had pan in it at the start of the year. There's that. The next one is the ColourPop Take Me Home eyeshadow palette. And I'm working on this shade right here. I feel like this one's going to be a hard one to hit pan on because it is so pigmented that you don't need a lot. And also I try just dipping straight down with my brush, not like pressing, just instead of like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Not like, I'm not trying to dig down, I'm not trying to hit pan fast. What I'm trying to do is make it more like to go straight down instead of like a big circle. But with this, when you do that, it kind of chunks off some of it. So I don't get to even go down because I'm getting the chunks that I got off, like scraped off. I mean, it's going. It's just going really slow. I do want to show a before, so I'll insert a before here. And then, like, you've already seen the after. But yeah, there's that. That's still going in this project. The next one is the Naked Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. I am so bored with this palette. And this is going to be my Pan That palette for next year. But I am working on the shade Dark Horse. It's this one right here. It does have a dip going. I did use it maybe twice. I need to focus on that shade more to like really get going on it. There's that. Let's see. The next one we'll talk about the Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette. I am working on the shade Black Sugar. Anyways, okay, so I'll insert what it looked like before here. And this is what it looks like now. Oh gosh. I hope you can see how big the dip is because it is huge. I was actually really hoping that I would hit pan it today. I feel like so many of the looks, I'm gonna go ahead and say very confidently that 95% of the eyeshadow looks that I have done this year have had black in them in some way or another. Because before this I was working on Creep from the original Naked palette. And I hit pan on that, which was awesome, but I started the year with 2 black eyeshadows in my project. And I'm so close to hitting pan in this. This black was so much easier to hit pan in than the Urban Decay one. So much easier. Not because it's like overly powdery. Maybe it's just not pressed as well, I don't know. But this one's so much easier. I've had blacks eyeshadows in the crease, the outer V, eyeliner. I have used black so many times. Yeah, and I feel like I use it so much and it looks like it's going nowhere. The next one, actually the next 2, I had from my Subculture palette. I had the shade Cube. This one I had rolled in a long time ago. Actually, I could tell you. I rolled it in on February 7th. So yeah, it's been in for a while. I'll show you what it looked like in the last update right here. And this is what it looks like now. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I am going to try to put in a clip separate. But yeah, I hit pan. I'm so excited about that. It is baby pan, but it's pan. And I hit pan on it pretty much right after the last update that I did. I hit pan on July 17th, which I filmed the last update on the 13th, so that's 4 days later. Don't you just hate that? The other shade that I had in this, I had just rolled it in the last update, the update number 4. This is update number 5. I hope I said that right in the beginning. I had rolled in Rowdy, which is this dark purple shade. It does have a huge dip. Now, with all the other eyeshadows in my project, I am not tallying use. But with this one, because Subculture had a lot of drama, with their powder being like really powdery that people were hitting pan super easy, I am curious to use a matte in this. So I am tallying Rowdy. So since I rolled it in, I have used it. That's what I just did, by the way. I have a whiteboard behind the camera, and I write down how I used it. So I have used it 3 times in the outer V. One of them was today. That's why I put the V there. I used it twice as an eyeliner, and once in the crease. Yesterday I used it in the crease. I did not like it in the crease. Don't do it. This formula is really hard to work with. Like, it would look so patchy, and it's so pigmented that you kind of have to work quick. So I spent a lot of time blending yesterday, and it still looked horrible. So don't use it in the crease. The other issue I'm having with it is it kind of looks like a black on the eye. And I tried lightening it with putting a white over it to make it like actually look purple. But it didn't really help. I mean, it can look like a purple on the eye. Like, yesterday I had it in the crease, and then I had the black sugar shade in the outer V, and it looked a little bit purple, but also the black looks the exact same. But yeah, so I'm excited. I hit pan in 1 shade, and I still have 1 more in there. If you guys don't follow my pan in every palette project, I'm trying to hit 2 pans in every palette, so if I hit pan in Rowdy, I'll be done with that palette. The last eyeshadow I had in this project, I rolled it in the last update. It was the NYX Ultimate Brights eyeshadow palette, and I rolled in the yellow shade. And I'll put in a clip of what it looked like in the last update. And then this is what it looks like now. I hope you can see, but I did hit pan. It's really tiny baby pan. Actually, I rolled it in because it already had a huge dip, and thinking like, oh, I would only use it like 2 more times and it would hit pan. I thought it was going to be easy. Yeah, no. I used this like 5 times and it was still going. So a few days ago, I decided I wanted to try that new trend where blush draping with yellow eyeshadow. I actually really liked the way it looked on me. So that is how I hit pan. I used it as a blush. I just like all down here, and I put highlighter on top. It was beautiful. I loved it. That's how I hit pan though. And I really like finding ways to use my products. Like, even if it's like not the purpose of like what it was meant to, but it just, like, I feel like I'm getting use out of my things. And again, for my pan in every palette project, that's 1 shade. I only have 1 more to go. But yeah, that's everything. So I hit 5 of my goals. And now I get to roll in 5 new things. I do real quick want to show you the color palette, the eyeshadow palette that I was working with, because I was struggling this past month. And it actually is not a bad, like, if this was an eyeshadow palette, I would buy it. Okay, so first up here, the swatches are horrible. I'm not a good swatcher. These are the shades that the top ones are the shades that I still are going to be in the project. So a Black Sugar from the Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette. This one is Rowdy from the Subculture palette. This is Dark Horse from the Naked Original palette. Urban Decay Naked Original palette. This is from the ColourPop Take Me Home palette. I believe it's called Saltwater, but I'm not entirely sure. This is my Satin Wheat. You probably can barely see it. But it's this shade. Right there. And then this is my blush. My Max Factor blush. I was wearing it as an eyeshadow, so I included it. So this one. And then we move on to the ones that I rolled out, which is the yellow from the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This was my bronzer. I had my, I actually put the bronzer on top without even noticing. The Subculture Cube shade, I could not get it to swatch good at all. So it's on my middle finger, I swear. I'm not flipping you guys off. But yeah, it is like a pink iridescent like topper shade. I hope you can see that. I couldn't get it to swatch. I actually don't like swatching. I don't know, I have something about, I don't like touching my eyeshadows, but yeah, that is the eyeshadow palette I was working with, and it is actually, I would buy that. I totally would. With just like a few more bright colors. Maybe like a more pink, because this blush, you have to like really build it up. I didn't even build it up that much. But yeah, like this is beautiful. I didn't even notice that. I should try a look with just these colors. Anyways, that actually inspired me. But yeah, those were the, I was working with, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shades. So that's really cool. And actually it's only going to be 8 now because I'm not going to use the next thing I roll in, the bronzer. The bronzer's gone. But yeah, now I want to talk about what I'm going to roll in. So I get to roll 5 things in. The first thing I'll talk about are the non-eyeshadows. In place of the bronzer, I'm going to roll in a different bronzer. And I'm going to roll in the exclusive bronzer from my Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette. So this is what it looks like. It's really bulky packaging. I believe this was a Christmas edition. But yeah, it's like a tin, and then it has the eyeshadows, and the eyeshadows comes out separate. I'm going to roll in the exclusive bronzer, which is this bottom one, the darker one. It is brand spanking new. I am wearing it today, and so I would put my brush in, and the brush was clearly coated, but it looks completely untouched. Like completely. The bottom one looks used a little, but I haven't used these in years. But I do want to get this bulky packaging out of my life because this doesn't fit anywhere. Everything else in my collection has like a place, but this just kind of sits on my desk, and every time I open it, I knock things over. And yeah, I'm slowly moving towards getting this out of my collection, which is why I have been working on this black sugar shade. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm rolling in place of the bronzer. In place of the lip gloss, I am not going to roll in another lip product because my lip products are getting neglected this year. And it's because of face masks. It makes no sense to wear lipstick when you're going to be wearing a face mask. Instead, the Tarte, this is from Tarte, it's the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. It's a loose powder. I hate loose powders. I really do. I feel like it is such a waste. I dip my brush in, or a beauty blender, whatever I try to apply it with, and you just see it go poof. You see the smoke go, like the powder blow away. Not all of it, but just a little bit. Enough so that I could like smell it and see dust on my stuff. I don't like that. I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth. And then, like, I tried using it the other day to set my concealer, and I was so gentle, and I put it on my eye, and it also like was puffed up, and it got in my eye, and my eye was stinging, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to use this. Pretty much everything I put in my project pan, or anything I try to focus on, I hate at first, and then I figure out a way to make it work for me. So I want to do that with this. I want to figure out a way to make this work for me. It is basically brand new. I've only used it a handful of times, but yeah, this is the only loose setting powder in my collection, and I would like to get it out. So that's going in instead of the lip gloss. Well, in place of the lip gloss. So that's the second thing. The third thing, in the place of my CoverGirl foundation, I am going to roll in a concealer. Also from Tarte. These are like the only 2 Tarte things in my collection. I'm rolling them in. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Light Neutral. We've all heard of the Shape Tape. This is the only concealer in my collection. I am not in a rush to get rid of it or use it. I'm rolling it in because I have a tendency to not wear a concealer just because I'm like, oh, I gotta use the foundation up, so I use the foundation as a concealer, but then this just sits here, and it's coming on a year or 2 old, so I want to start using this. It looks a lot better than applying foundation, so I should use it. It's ridiculous to just let it sit there to try to use up the foundation. So that's why I'm rolling it in. I'm not in a rush to finish it. I don't think I'm going to finish it by the end of the year, by no means. It's not brand new. I've used it, but you know, there's a lot of product in these. So yeah, that's going in place of my foundation. Now the last 2 things are eyeshadows. So for the shade Cube, I am rolling in Palooza from the Honey ColourPop palette. Now it is a pressed glitter. It is brand new, untouched. Actually, I don't know if I've ever even used this palette, and I've had it for a year, more than a year. I am rolling this in because it is the shade I selected for my Pen and Every palette project. I've never used a pressed glitter, and I know they're not technically eye safe, but I want to try it anyways. I know people do use them, and they don't have any issues, and I know, I hope that ColourPop or any brands really would not sell something that could really harm people. I do have 2 glitter glue samples, so I'm going to try to do that. I've never used a pressed glitter, so it's going to be interesting, and I keep saying I'm going to try it, and I don't because I'm afraid. So I'm going to try it once. That is going to be my goal, to just try it once, and if it's horrible and I don't like it, then I can roll it out. So yeah, that's going to be in the place of Cube from Subculture. And then in place of the yellow eyeshadow from my NYX Ultimate Brights palette, I am rolling in this orange shade from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. This is what it looks like. It does have a dip going. Yeah, and that's one of the shades I picked from my Pen and Every palette project too. So yeah, those are the shades and stuff that I will be working with. I was so happy about this update. Like, I actually got progress with. I hope the next update will be just as exciting, but probably not. Let's talk about goals real quick. The first goal that I am just, it's going to happen. I don't care what it takes. I'm dropping things. See, exactly. I opened the tin and I dropped things. Just proved the point. I'm going to hit pan in black sugar this month. I am 100% positive. There's a huge dip in this. Like, I really hope you can see how deep it is. And compared to the one above it that does have pan, I say I'm pretty close. I'd say I'm more than halfway there. So I am going to be doing black smoky eyes like crazy. I am going to hit pan in this. That is my goal. And then another goal, definitely Honey, the pressed glitter. I'm going to use it once. That is a goal. To just get over my fear and use it. I think I'm going to have to use it on a day off. So that might... One of the other goals, definitely Dark Horse. They're all eyeshadow related because the other ones are... Actually, okay, so Dark Horse, I'm going to make a goal to use this 10 times. By the next update. 10 times. And I'm gonna tally that. Because I do want to use Dark Horse. Like, again, this is going to be my Pan palette for 2021. So I would like to have as much pan starting because I've never used up an entire eyeshadow palette. So I'm dreading it. But this is really old and it needs to go. So yeah, I added more numbers. 10 times to Dark Horse. That is the goal. And also, I'm going to use these up. I have half of this one to go and this whole one. And I do think this one will be my shade, so it'll be a lot easier to use up. But yeah, I'm going to finish these. That is a goal. I just counted how many things I've reached my goal on. I have reached my goal on 11 products, which I am so happy about. Which means I only have 9 more products to go. And I only have about 3.5 months left. I mean, unless I hit pan on eyeshadows like crazy, I'll reach 20, but we'll see. It's not impossible. It's definitely not impossible. So I'm going to try to move forward with these. I have been making so much progress in this project because of my August makeup challenge. I'm trying to do my makeup every single day in August. That is how a lot of these things got used up. That's how I used up this tin, which had some of my tinted moisturizer in, and yeah, and I hit pan on 2 eyeshadows, and I have big dips in the black shade. I have a dip going in pretty much all my eyeshadows. But yeah, that was my update. I hope you guys are having great progress in your project pans. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Bye.